We're going to take a deeper look at the custom targeting options here, but we're going to do this in a very efficient manner. So what I've done is prepared an example spreadsheet if you wanted to have us enrich a list that you've already got with contacts for your business. So let's pretend this list of websites here that I've prepared Google Sheets was your list of potential prospects that you thought would be great companies for you to do business with. What you're going to do is, just like this, make sure there's at least a website URL on that spreadsheet. And the reason for that is so many companies use the exact same names or almost identical looking websites, etc. Unless you get into legal documentation, it is very difficult to sometimes differentiate which business is which when you're looking for number one nails. For example, in the salon industry, there are hundreds of number one nails and they're not necessarily part of a franchise. So it can be very difficult to know if you're talking about the same business that we are when we provide you a lead. So our recommendation and our requirement in Coldlytics is to have a website as the single source of truth. That way we're all on the same page because nobody can share a website. So once we have these in here, we know we're all looking at the same companies. We're going to click on the share button and change this from a private list, which it is by default, to anyone with the link being able to view that. That way our team can take this list and begin to do our research. So we've copied this link. We're going to paste it inside the platform and hit the plus symbol to submit it, just like that. Now, if you were doing something similar with a LinkedIn Sales Navigator search, the method is the same. You run your search on LinkedIn, you bring your link over here from the address bar, and you paste it down here. It's that simple. If you've ran a saved search, you'll need to query that search again because the saved search URL in your LinkedIn address bar is one that's unique to your account. And when you're doing a fresh search, it's generating a general search parameter link that anyone can copy and paste and look at as well versus that saved list. So that's the only thing you need to know about LinkedIn searches to keep it nice and simple for you. Other online directories, let's open up Crunchbase for a second. If you had ran a search on Crunchbase for calendar, it wants me to do a cloud verification here, calendar booking software, and we went into the company search here and we liked the list that we had gotten, you could come in here and copy this link. Now, I'm not going to log in and take you through, but this is just a quick example of a list of businesses provided to you from another place on the web that does not have contacts. If you were happy with that list, you would simply submit it to us as an other online directory you want us to go look at too and say, hey, please go check out this list on Crunchbase or wherever it may be. It could be Yelp, could be anything. As long as there are ultimately a website URL, as mentioned previously in this video, we can know we're all talking about the same business and conduct our research for you to build that list. So don't hesitate to use other online directories as well. Last but not least, make sure you specify the decision makers you want. Most people want the top level decision makers in the business. So rather than enter one of the thousands of variations of job titles for a single role, such as co-chief executive officer or CEO or chief executive officer spelled out, we're just going to click owners, founders, directors, and executives. That's going to encompass all of those things, and our team knows exactly what you're asking for when you do that. The only time you would enter something specific is if it is indeed a very specific, unique role, such as a payroll clerk or a refuse and waste management or recycling role. Those are key terms that you would want to provide here as very specific job roles that most people aren't interested in speaking to in the first place, as the top level decision maker is more likely to be found and more likely to point you to the right person if they're not the right one to make that call at this time in the business. On the next step, once you click this button, you'll be shown a video to help you make the next move on building this list inside the platform.